But if they want to sell it out, I'm definitely looking at the low from Friday to be taken out. So if you trade SPY, bring a SPY chart, same thing, all right? Had your double top, all right? What did the price do? Came back to retest it, dropped down to my lower time frame. There's my hourly. What do you have? A bearish engulfing candle at a previous what? Support, resistance right here. At that point, you take the trade. And if you're really good, you can drop down to the 15 minute to get a better entry. And what do you see here? You got an inverted hammer or a dragonfly doji, a gravestone doji, right? That's the first 15 minute here. I'm gonna get rid of these lines so y'all can see it better.
That was my entry.
All right. If you can see here, where the price come back to. Remember, on the 4 hour, we had a double top. All right. Well, on ES, it was a little up here. Came back, broke through it, came back to retest, dropped down to a lower time frame for entry. It gave you a signal right there, Greystone Doji. Boom. That was it. All right. Any questions on how to trade that double top on ES or SPY? All right. So we'll see. So now price on the 15 minute is back below the 50 moving average. It may just be consolidating to catch up with it. Once it touches it, it may get rejected to go lower. Who knows, right? I'm pretty sure there's some fair value gaps in here. What'd you say?
Yeah.
Oh,
I rejected it.
who was that? Oh, okay. So that was ES. Like I said, SPY futures charts look the same. Only thing is, it has more candles and it's 24 hours, 24/5. All right. So we'll see how this plays out. But if you want to be bearish, I'll definitely look at Friday's low. Now, I did post a couple charts. All right. I post Citigroup. All right. And on the higher time frame, if you look at the 4 hour and bring those things back up. As you see, price did come back down here, right? And retest it. Drop down to your lower time frame, hourly. You know how to read the candlesticks. What do you have? You have a hammer candle, right? Now, does it always go back up and take out that high? It doesn't. That's why I say you just got to be careful. If the market is selling off, it's hard to trade something that's doing the opposite of the market, all right? But if you got in down here at 88 or whatever, and then it hit 92, you should have been in profit, all right? Caught this kind of late. You made some money, more like a scalp. I know somebody took it yesterday, but pretty much this thing's looking bearish, right? That's that one. UAL, right? Posted UAL. Same thing, right? Posted on a daily. But look at UAL. It's been strong, right? It's from the entry of 82, it's up $5, right? It's just retesting.
Sorry. We're bothering. Great. Just one more time.
Hey, make it rain. You gotta go to mute, bro.
My bad.
Yeah.
UAL, like just from the entry around 82 to 87, if you caught this setup, you should be in profit by now, right? Like and you shouldn't let this trade go from green to red. So you set up on a daily, right? It pulled back to a previous what? Resistance area, resistance, broke above it, came back down to retest, hammer candle, right? That wouldn't have been your entry off the daily. You would have dropped down to the hourly, right? What do you have? A hammer candle, all right? Entry at 84 and ran to 87. So $83, $3 move. Depending on what contract you got, you could have made some money, even 30% off that move, right? Just holding it. Uh, Boeing. It's another one we posted, right? Same thing. Has similar setup to UAL. Made a high, pulled back to where previous area of resistance. You hammer candle. Just got to be patient. Drop down to your hourly candle. What do we have here? Hammer candle. All right. From 219 to 226, it hit to 225, $6 move. Could have made some money, right? Stop loss at the bottom and never came back and stopped you out. Now, you would have to withstand that first hour drop it did today, right? It did drop. But look, they kept it above, all right? Give you another one that didn't work out. Let's see. Nike, all right? I think it was Nike. Yeah, 4 hour on Nike. Same thing, right? This was Friday's candle, right? It came down to the 50 moving average near it. Let's drop down to your hourly time frame. What do we have? It's a long, they call it a long leg doji candle, but it shows indecision. Sellers didn't take it down and buyers didn't take it higher. So, and then it gave you an inside bar, broke it to the upside. So you could have took this from $73 up to 75. A $2 move on Nike would have paid, right? And if it started retracing against you, you probably would just have a trailing stop. You would not let this trade go from green to red. Now, someone may say, well, you preach higher lows lead to higher highs. In theory, yes, that is true. Does it always happen? No. But if you got in down here and it starts to go against you, the worst thing is you get out at break even. All right. Because if you got in down here at $73, $74 and it goes to 75, that's a $2 move. Should have been a profit, especially with Nike. The contract's cheap enough where you can go in the money or a dollar out the money, or at the money, as they say. I'll show you one that just took off. A firm, right? A firm has been, if you look at this, has been trading in this range, right? Every time it hit the bottom, bought it up. Then look what it did Friday.
That's them.
Also on the daily too. Look where it bounced.
This one that's there. It's in a different box for real. Fuck your box. No, I'm playing. But go to mute, man. Sir Rock.
I got it. Well, same thing too, right? So you notice it's been trading in this range. Then price came back to that 50 moving average, right? On the daily, this was Friday. Drop down to your hourly for entry. What do you have? All right? You got a dragonfly doji candle, which is bullish. Get in the trade, put your stop loss in at the bottom. All right. So we looked at, I want to say, 4 or 5 tickers that had this setup where they had a hammer candle on the retest, right? But only one of them actually came back where it's potentially going to take out the high. That's what I said. Does it work all the time? No. But if you get in at the bottom when the trade goes against you, the worst thing is you're getting out at break even. All right. This one worked out just fine. Do I wish all of them work out just fine? Yes. Sometimes it doesn't roll that way. I wish I would have saw this one though. That was textbook. And then let's just say, hey, you missed this one, right? Let's just say you want to get in for a day trade. If you drop down to your 15-minute, what did it give you on the retest, right? It gave you a hammer candle on the retest. So you could have took this from 72 to back, the first price target would have been this high, 75. Could have made some money on that one. All right, just waiting on that retest. Missed it. Could have dropped down to a lower time frame and find an entry. All right, and the hourly gave you a hammer candle. Any questions so far? Or what questions do you have for me? Come on now. All right, let's see here. I haven't really looked at anything. How did AMD do for earnings? I didn't even Oh, here you go, right here. Did it go up or down?
Tanked.
It completely tanked.
That how died.
Wow. Well, it
I think
has
it's around
been running.
160 something now.
It have been running though. Like that's crazy. It's up from $78 to 180,
But at this point,
185.
I'm gonna start grabbing puts for earnings. Like this shit is getting ridiculous.
So I'm not saying the answer is in the chart to trade earnings. I'm not saying that because CMG was textbook as far as a pullback for earnings. Right here, right? They had earnings this day. And they beat. Oh, they didn't beat revenue. But this retest would have been textbook, right? Look what they did in earnings. They dropped it and they were still dropping it after earnings. So me personally, I don't think the answer to trade earnings is in the chart. It's a 50-50. Let's see here. SMCI. So SMCI also had earnings, correct? I think they did. They down too. Yeah, they are. Tough. But if you look at this thing, though, this thing's just been making higher lows up into resistance, and then it broke out. All right. This thing has been textbook before the pullback. And I believe, where is that now? I think it's at like $49 now, if I'm not mistaken. SMCI. It was at $47. So, shit. This is in this area here. It's a big drop, right? That's just to show you that, hey, sometimes people say it's in the chart. I'll tell you, for earnings, I just don't swing through earnings because that shit is something else. All right. See here. So if anybody want to know how I trade, right, it's strictly using market structure, right? I want to see things that's making higher highs and higher lows. But now, as you see, things are starting to shift. It's starting to change. We are now making lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows, right? So if that is the case, I need to short, not at the lower lows. I don't need to get puts here. I need to get puts at the lower high. So now what I'm going to look at is charts that show me this pattern here. All right. So let's start pulling up charts. I show you Nike. All right. So Nike wants to sell off and participate with the market. I will find me an entry to go short, which is showed that same setup on the hourly. All right. You see, we made a higher low here, higher high, made a low, pulled back to this previous area of interest, which is this higher low. All right. This is a change of character. Once price got in there, what did it give you? It gave you an inverted hammer right there. Now, you want to enter on this hourly candle. That's too much to give up, right? That's almost $1, especially on Nike. You can drop down to your 15-minute, get you inverted hammer, or you can drop down to your 5-minute if you're really not a read candlesticks, right? Get in up in here. It broke that consolidation, inverted hammer, boom. So now, so like I said, if the market is going to be bullish, bearish, I'm looking for setups that look like this. All right. Because especially on ES by futures, it's showing me that setup. Now, could it just take out this lower high here? It absolutely can. It absolutely can. But we below all the moving averages. So on the hourly to 4 hour, I think we edit at the daily. So we're far away from the daily 50 moving average. So it could drop. We'll see. Also, I'll give you Apple.
Daily 50 moving average is down at the bottom of that range too. So shit.
All right, I tell you what though, for people that like consolidation, where explosive move may happen the following day, I'll give you Apple. All right, I'll give you Apple. has had 2 inside days back to back, followed by a bearish engulfing candle. Right now, you could have got into this trade before. Let me show you how. Can anybody tell me? I'm gonna get rid of this line here. I'm gonna get rid of this line here. Can anybody tell me what what Apple was doing here?
You said consolidating.
It's consolidating. It was ranging, right?
Yeah.
It broke that range. What do we like to see once it break the range?
Retest.
Retest. Yep. So what did price do yesterday?
Retest.
It retested, gave you an inverted hammer.
Oh, I ain't start paying more attention to Apple.
All right. Boom. If you could have took it down from 205 down to, let's just say, 202. All right. If you're really good, you can get in on the 15-minute. You got a hanging man here. All right. Enter, put your stop loss at the top. This is your retest. So for the last 2 days, it's been closing inside. So Apple should be making a nice move the next couple of days or tomorrow, depending on which direction.
If it break underneath today's low, where do you think it can go?
Right, go to the bottom of this, 199, 195 will be the next stop. Because it has a lot of consolidation. Like Apple really, just look at all this consolidation, just been moving sideways.
Yeah, that shit is nasty.
So on a daily, it does look nasty. But on the lower time frames, you can find an entry in there. See if I go to the hourly, let me see if I go to this hourly. Oh no, it just broke the range, came back down to a retest. All right, boom. So it could come to, that 197, 198 area. Yep. That's it. All right, that's Apple. Trying to give y'all some other things to look at. I don't have anything.
Buddy wanted you to look at Meta.
Look at Meta. Here. Let me get rid of all these lines. No, I want that line there. So Meta, I believe it's going to move with the direction of the market. So if the market is bearish, it's going to sell off with the market, right? So I do this. So really, it's just been in this range here for the hourly, go to hourly. Let me get rid of this line here. I don't like that. So, all right. This was the top of that range. That's what I say. Sometimes it's good just to stick with a certain number of tickers, because if you watching Meta every day, if you like to trade it, like you can see these setups, right? This was the high from the gap up from earnings. What did price do? It came back to that same exact area and gave you an inverted hammer. That is your signal to get in for puts. All right. Where can it go? It possibly can come back down to 745, right?
The double
How do you know
top, ain't it?
Potential double top, right? And what will confirm the double top is a break and retest of that neckline, all right? It can come back down to this 745 area and bounce. Who knows, all right? But trust me, if you got in here, you should be in profit. Now, you want to enter it on that candle. You to drop down to the 15-minute. Probably gave you an inside bar right at the top, right? And broke it to the downside. That was it.
Zoom in a little bit.
Oops. Let me do this for you. All these wicks here.
I ain't gonna lie, I would have been scared to get in out there. You see that fat ass elephant candle?
Those inside bars.
Yeah, bro. I've been ballsy to get in up there after that elephant candle, but hey, it worked. It would have worked out.
Yep. I mean, listen, the only thing we can do is just get in and put our stop loss in. If we wrong, we wrong. Fuck it, keep it moving. But look, you was right. Like you did today, Juice. All right? You was in spot puts. You seen the inverted hammer. You could have been wrong.
Oh God, I could have.
You could have been wrong, huh? But you was right.
Boy, when you write that motherfucker pay.
Yeah, you was done. You was done in an hour. You said I went to sleep.
Oh God.
All right, did somebody put any other ticker? But that's how I would trade meta.
Ain't that the? I know you was talking about double tops earlier. I'm just looking at them as you talking about it over there to the left at the top of that range. Didn't it do it right there? Came down, came up and tested it again with that purple inverted hammer. I mean, with that purple right there. You wouldn't call that a double top.
So I'm going to the
30-year hour.
No, it has to be a gap. So I like to see a gap in between my double tops. These really ain't no gaps.
That's the first one I was talking about. Your top is high. It came down and made, but that's a lower high. I see they can come and meet it. To the right.
On the
It made that V right there.
Hold on. So we was on the 15-minute and you said go to the left. Were you referring to this being the double top?
And then it comes down. Now it comes down, makes that yellow candle, boom, it comes back up, and then you got your purple will be your double top right there. Like
No,
the second top to that V.
For me, I need to see a bigger gap in between the first top and the second top.
I got you. Like time wise.
Yeah.
So like, I want to go back to your hour. Like that. But I was wrong. It's a lower high. It's marked right there. It said lower high. High, and then your lower high. That's what I was looking at as the double top.
Yeah,
this came down and then came back up and then dropped off.
Correct. But really, this is not a lower high until this higher low is broken. It's just marking it early. Keep in mind, because this thing can do this too. It can wake up the next morning or it can the next trading day and break this.
But ain't it talking about the lower high in comparison to the last high to the left? It's lower than that high. No, that's a low high.
This is a higher low because you're right.
Higher because it's higher than the low to the left.
Right now, it's neither. It's an equal high, right? Because it didn't break above, which would be your double top.
That's what I was talking about. Where it's that high on your chart, and then your LH, that lower high, that would be the second top, right?
Correct.
But I see the V. I just wanted to make sure that's what we was looking for.
Yeah. So that's meta. Any other ones? Let me see. I'm checking the chat now. We'll see any. I guess it'll be a short session. I scanned for some stuff, but I know what I can do. Let me go and Transpider. Let's scan for some inverted hammers. I don't want AI mode. How do I get out of this? Let's scan for some inverted hammers. On the daily. So we got PG. Oh, okay. PG. Okay. So we got PG with inverted hammer at a previous area of resistance or support. That can be a setup to go short.
To go short?
Yeah. This is daily. I'm pretty sure on the lower time frame it's structure. So what I would do is I'll go PG, Procter & Gamble. Really, it's really just been in this range. And then go to my daily. Still in that range. range. So so it's really rejecting this area here. Let me do this. I mean, it did come back and retest it. It didn't pull back deep enough, but it did come back. Me, I probably won't take puts right here. I'll wait for a break and retest of this range to go so it can drop. Because as you see, I believe it's going to drop. I'm going to hold you up. I think it's going to break this range, retest, and come back down. I'm going 15 minutes to see something. Yeah, it's ugly. See,
Getting in at the low, anyways. If you got it right here.
Yeah. So I was just waiting.
Yeah.
So
now, if you go back up and retest at the top of the range, you can grab puts.
Let's look at bearish engulfing candles or engulfing candles.
Buddy wanted you to look at Pan W, by the way, too.
Okay, I can do that. There's a lot of engulfing candles. It's at the bottom. See, I like it. I like these type of candles on the pool.
Is Transponder really worth it? That whole really they make it easier to scan through stuff?
The scanner thing is nice. I ain't gonna hold you. The scanners is nice, but you got to know how to make your scanner.
That Netflix one looks really good, though.
Yeah, let me go to Netflix. So Netflix just been dropping.
There ain't no structure, though. I don't see no structure on Netflix.
Let me see if I drop down to the 4 hour. Let's see if we can find something. It's really just. Okay, I see something. So it pulled back here, gave you a double top, and then, well, not even a double top. It was ranging. Oh, here we go. Look, we broke the range, came back in to retest and dropped lower. So your entry was today if you used to get puts. Now, I'm not saying it can't continue to drop, but you will be getting in at the low, which is
That's scary.
trade. I don't do that.
Yeah,
right.
No.
Yeah, I will wait for some type of pullback. I said it is something like sometimes with market structure you miss because it may not ever pull back, and Roblox for about 3 months is a perfect example of that. Right? If I go to my weekly, look at this. Roblox never gave another entry to get in. Right? I'm sick. Now, could you just got in? Absolutely, but my setup was to wait for the pullback.
Oh, you say Pan W.
Pan W, thank you. I looked at Pan W over the weekend. Oh, it's in the range. That's how I said I know I looked up. Yep. Pan W's in the range on a weekly. Looking down to my daily. Gave you a bearish engulfing candle where at the top of the range. That tells you. When it entered on that daily, you enter on the 4 hour, gave you a bearish engulfing candle. Hourly, inverted hammer right at the top. Come on now. Like those the simple setups I'm looking for.
Damn. That would have been good for some puts.
You know what? All the way from 206 to 169, and it didn't have earnings. So in 7 days, this thing dropped from 210 down to 169. $40. $40. And it didn't have earnings yet. But all you had to do was look at the higher time frames to see what it was doing. Every time it came to this range, it got rejected. So now I missed that trade. I got to be patient and wait for some structure. Right. This one, I may just not trade it. For me personally, I missed my entry and this thing just been going straight down. Right. Not saying you can't trade it. However, for my setup, it doesn't fit my rules to trade it. Right. My rules told me to get in here at the top of that range. Definitely provided some entries. Did that help?
Yeah, definitely.
So I did post ASTS, right? So this is one of the things like I said, and it's risky because it's trading in the opposite direction of the market, right? Which somebody said could be relative strength. But it came back to the area, 50 moving average, right? And then if I drop my fibs, it's in the golden zone. So this is everything textbook, right? Made a high, pulled back, 50 moving average. I got a multi-bottom, or that is a dragonfly, dragonfly doji candle. Boom, take the trade, put my stop loss in at the bottom, right? Now, I want to enter it on this time frame because that's just too much giving up. I just drop down to my hourly. There's my hammer candle right here, right? There's my hammer candle. And where did it form at? Oops. In this area here. Now, the market is showing weakness, so we'll see what this one to do tomorrow. This will be a textbook setup. If the market was strong, this would be one of those load the boat setups right here.
Yeah, that hope has been going up for a minute.
Yeah, this would have been load
They
the
want
boat
to do
setup.
Starbucks next. Do Starbucks and Disney, because I think
Disney has earnings this week, so I don't know. So Starbucks, once again, look what it's doing. It was in this range. It's coming back to retest. All right.
Ooh.
That's a good entry for puts. Huh?
Oh God.
There you go.
Wait, where we taking them down to, them puts? Where would they go down to? What would be the first price target? The low?
85,
Yeah,
78.
it's gonna test that low, man.
I'm finna swing them bitches. I ain't gonna cap.
I ain't gonna play. I'm getting that bitch too, Juice.
Yeah, so it is below.
I'm gonna get it on this Starbucks though.
What'd you say?
I say it might be time to get in on the Starbucks.
Yeah, I'm finna grab them right. Teeny.
I'm gonna grab this bitch right now.
I swear to God.
No, this is good. Like it's below the moving averages on all the time frames.
It's below the 50.
Daily,
Come on, man.
hour.
Yeah, it's support. I mean,
But if you were to set up like a stop loss, where would you put that stop loss?
I gotta see my entry candle first. So if it gives me an inverted hammer right here tomorrow, my stop loss is above that.
and it's up overnight right now, that's good. I'm hoping that bit reject. It ain't just dropped yet, but it's giving us, hey, this guy talking to us right now, man. He handing us chicken. Yeah.
So man, try to feel.
How much time you gonna get on them, Bob? How much time you gonna get on them, Bob?
How much time?
Yeah, like you gonna get these week or next week? You know, Red
I'm going next week, bro. I ain't with that 2 days shit.
Next week.
Probably tomorrow, probably be in 2 days. No.
Probably next week. What I said? Next week 89s because
I was looking at the 88. I was looking at the 88s.
Okay, the 88s. We can do that too.
I like the 88s and the 87s. I ain't gonna cap. We getting at the top of the range too. Come on, man.
How much do 88 costs for next week?
88s is right now they 111, but if it's pushing up, it'll be cheaper. I like them 87s too because they sitting at $82.
Yeah, either one. We targeting 85. So 87.
Regardless, we're gonna be in the money.
Yeah, we can go 87. That's pretty. Yeah,
We can do 87 to buy more contracts and stuff.
Yeah. That's
yeah. But I'm just going. Just go next week is the thing. I'm going next week.
okay. August 15th.
And
Somebody.
pension not. And it's pension not that 4 hour fair value gap. That fair value gap and that change of structure.
Right here, this 4 hours.
In one spot. Yeah, it's sitting in one spot.
It's on this right here, that fair value gap.
Yeah.
Wait. I'm not seeing the fair value.
Because it changed structure. Because it changed structure. So now you want to find the fair value gap. And now this on a bigger time frame. So
you got,
you're gonna still we can slice all the way
right
back
here.
down.
What? Oh, we in the fair value gap already, huh?
Huh?
We already in the fair value gap. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, and then that last candle being a red inside candle, giving me another information like that next candle produced after that. If you want to be a stratus, that could be a 2-1-2 push down.
Y'all talking a little too grown for me right now, but
Yeah, that's why I say I'm grabbing them. I like that 4 hour candle. I like that. 1 hour in the 50 MA. All we need is one. That big
Boogie saying explain why we like puts.
It's another fair value gap right here too.
Yep. There's another 1 hour fair value gap. That's a whole lot of confluence going on right there.
That fair value gap y'all talking about, the fair value gap y'all talking about, we already in it, but right? Is that what y'all saying? What he just highlighted?
The 4 hour, the price is in it. It is.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 hour price in it, and then there's 1 hour right here, price sitting there, and that 50 MA right there. Yeah,
So,
all right.
So the way you play a fair value, I'm just asking questions. The way you play the fair value gap is is basically accumulating all that money that's in the fair value gap, and then it's gonna drop, right? And it's underneath support, or it's underneath resistance.
Yeah,
it's an imbalance.
So when you talk about an A+ setup, this is kind of an A+ setup we're looking at. It got too many confluences for you to ignore it. You got fair value gaps, you got change of structure, you got the 50 MA. I mean, if you probably go to my part, probably something else sitting right there. I got probably something sitting right there. It's just mad confluences. Like it's more of like a play you can load the boat on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Somebody asked, well, can we explain why we like puts? Are you explaining why we like puts in general, or why we like puts on Starbucks? Puts in general paid a lot faster. Oh, on Starbucks. Okay. So if we look at this, right, it's been trading in the range. All right. It's been trading in the range. All right. Really gave you a double top, really. All right. One touch, or no, it gave you multiple touches. Right. It broke that range. Now it's coming back to retest it. All right. So we know range is how you trade is. You don't trade. You can trade the breakout, right? There's nothing wrong with trading the breakout. I just don't trade them. I wait for a retest of the range that was broken. That's why we're looking for puts. But we're not just going to hop in puts just because it's back in this area. We're going to wait for confirmation, right? A double top, inverted hammer. We need something to tell us that, hey, this thing is turning back around. And like Bob said, even if you go on a 4 hour, right, you can have a 2-1-2 reversal back down to the downside, right? Because that's an inside bar. That's why we like puts. So it's similar to what Apple had, right? If we go to Apple, right, I think it was on an hourly. It was in the range, right? Price broke it. What did it do? Came back to retest. Same thing with Starbucks. In the range, it's coming back to retest. That's why we like puts. And like I said, we're not just going to hop in it, all right? We're going to wait and be patient till it show us its hand to get puts.
And another way to enter off the fair value gap is when you see a bearish candle, big form, and it's falling out the gap. It closes below the yellow bar, like a 15-minute candle. Right? The 15-minute candle closed below that box. And yeah,
Like
you just get in the
candle or
trade,
something like that.
and it's already making like a double top. You just need to see a bearish candle, 15-minute close, and you just because the we'll go to your 1 hour. The 1 hour is like it's a pullback, but the pullback is literally on that 1 hour. So you can use the 15-minute and close below that buck and just get in the trade. Fuck it. Stop loss at the high.
Yep. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Hey, Bob, explain or show to M Dash, explain what just the basics of a fair value gap, because some people don't understand. It shows saying it's an imbalance. And can you highlight, like you see that? Okay, highlight that big green candle that has that dragonfly doji, the red dragonfly doji, fat ass elephant candle. No, go to your right a little bit. To your right. To your right.
Right here.
Right there. All right, so highlight that and then break it down to him why that's a fair value gap, what it means, because he's asking.
Like
So
this.
yeah, where he highlighted, he'll explain why that area right there is a fair value gap.
You want to take it, Bob?
I was in a what's the name typing. Yeah, it's just a so when a chart changes structure, or yeah, when a chart changes structure, most likely it's going to give an impulse move. It can change structure on a 15-minute, it can change structure even on the 5-minute. If you go down to the 5-minute, the move won't be as big, but it will be violent. Like when it changes structure and come back to that fair value gap. So that's when you got real scalpers. Real scalpers, when y'all be looking at ICT and stuff like that, they're using the fair value gap and stuff like that because it changed structure and they just waiting on the fair value gap. They just get in, put stop loss at the high fair value gap for real. And usually it just gives a slice candle. So the same thing with this. It changed structure on the 1 hour. You see we broke out the big old range it was in, and you just got this big old dump. Four or five candles straight, and it left an imbalance, which is between the first and the third candle. It left a gap in between those two candles, the first candle and the third candle, which creates the imbalance Show is talking about in between those two candles. If you look at the chart for real, all the candles kind of match, and if there was a big gap left in between the candles, it 9 times out of 10 got filled. If you just look around the whole chart, all the candles kind of touch each other. Like there ain't gonna be no gap for you left for real. And if there's a big impulse move, it will come get it. Like that one right there.
They're going right here.
Yeah, like that one right there with that. No. Well, yeah, too, but just the between that red candle and the next, yeah, like that's just a big old crazy move. Like it's a real impulse move, and it left a huge gap. If you really can see it, there's a real imbalance right there. Not a gap, but it left an imbalance in the chart. So when you broke down below it and it came to retest like that from the downside and you got that rejection, you could have tried puts because now that is the inverted fair value gap. It's just the chart going to leave them, and then you would target the low, which where the change of structure is. But if you want to stick, like, yeah, that would be the target from that play right there. But anyways, it just left a imbalance on the chart, and we're having confluences. I mean, we broke the range, come back to retest. There's an imbalance in the chart. It's set a fair value gap.
And a good way to tell
that fair value gap, get in the play.
A good way to tell is, all right, if you go back and look at that box he highlighted down at the bottom right of the screen, where you have that red candle, fat ass green candle, and then you have another green candle. You can see the candle, the first red candle, you see where the wick is. You see that the box is from wick to wick. So that area, to break it down for you, a little bit more simple, M dash, that wick to wick area that's highlighted, that's your area of the fair value gap. Like he said, that's an imbalance there. And by imbalance, I'm not mistaken. Basically, there's money sitting within that fat ass area where there was a lot of trades taken or a lot of orders placed, and it shot price in one direction. And shit, it usually price. It's fair value gaps are a magnet for price, so it's gonna come back to that at some point. And I think Isaac asked for us to look at Hood and give an analysis.
Okay. Let go to the weekly.
Yeah, but the fair value gap is most effective on a change of structure. So you see the change of structure, see if there was an impulse move. Is an impulse move if it left an imbalance. If you go to that imbalance, when you get back to that imbalance, especially on the higher time frames, like now you got one on the 1 hour and a 4 hour, and they mix it together. So Starbucks, hopefully it just stay there and just do what it need to do. Don't leave us, you feel me? But that's a easy, not say easy, but that's a great A+ setup. Imbalance though, 3 candles, a gap in between the first and the third, the imbalance in between the first and third candle. And you wait for price to get back to there, see if you get some, reversal price action. That's all.
Good job, Bob.
Is Disney giving us something too?
Yeah, the entry. I think the entry. All right. So yes, it did pull back. So you see, this all was resistance, right? And broke above it. It came back to retest in that area. Then if you drop down to the hourly for entry, it gave you a hammer candle on Friday, right there. Then it gave you another one yesterday. So if you was watching this, definitely gave an entry Friday. Matter of fact, I think that, yeah, it did. Damn, it ran almost $10 Friday. 94 to 104. It did run for $10 Friday. Then it pulled back, gave you another hammer candle. So if I look on higher time frames, price looks like it wants to go back up and test this all-time high at 113. Let me set an alert on this, because just in case that shit want to get rejected.
I feel like you can ride it up and ride it down.
Correct.
Like if it can't go past the 113, it's gonna come back all the way down. All the things you've been explaining, like down top and then all the way back down to test that high low. So you could probably ride it up and ride it down.
Yeah. If the market is bullish and this thing is strong, it definitely can go through the 113. Then you just have to wait for the retest, right? That's why we like our entries here, not here, all right?
Hey, sure, you can go look at Disney for me?
Yeah, Disney has earnings, I think, Thursday, if I'm not mistaken.
I hope them shits died away. Earnings been dying. Shit.
They're probably gonna miss.
Yeah, so
Hey, I have the same lines as you. That made me feel good.
yeah, it came back to this area, which was previous resistance, support, came back to this area again, dropped down to an hourly.
Standing there looking like Starbucks setup. Almost.
Yeah, almost, yeah.
If this didn't have earnings, it would have been like nice put entry.
Correct.
Well, Cap, I'm like, drop my balls and let it happen, man.
Yes, this would be a good put entry. All right. And everything we looked at, like for entries, is all based on.
Hey, go look at Nike show. I was looking at to get inputs at the end of the day, but then I got busy.
Nike. I thought we discussed Nike. Yeah, we did. So you had a fair value gap right here, right? Boom, boom, got rejected. But what I was looking at was, if you look here, All right, you got support, resistance, support, and then it came back. Now it's resistance, right? And then you drop down to your hourly. You can drop down to your 15-minute. You got an inverted hammer. All right, and then price got below the 50 moving average. Price could come back down and test that 72. Like I said, like with some great setups to go long, it's just the market is showing weakness, which kind of mess my setups up.
Yeah. And that daily inverted hammer too.
Yeah.
That last 4-hour candle. Yeah.
That's
Nike
the only thing.
The structure has changed too.
Mm.
It broke below it, and now it came at the retest. It rejected again. And that's
then,
the daily cap too.
So I do want to point something out. So I did say Nike calls last week, and I want to correct myself. One, I didn't even follow my own rules, right? I said it. Where was it? Right here, right? I said it right here. This is still at the high it made. Not only that, my weekly came back to an area where it got rejected in the past. Which that's all on me because I didn't pay attention to the higher time frames. All right. I was stuck on that hourly candle, like hourly time frame. And then it didn't even pull back deep enough for me to even get in.
Boy got greedy, anxious.
Got fancy with it, yep. And then once it rejected that weekly area where it got rejected in the past, it sold off. I tell you this.
Crazy. That's crazy.
I tell you what, I think this day right here, it was last Wednesday, the 77 puts was $33 at the end of the week. The boys hit like 700.
Oh,
So that's on me. But like Bob said, it's coming back to retest. Inverted hammer could go take out Friday's low at 72. Like I said, these setups look bullish on the higher time frames. It's just the market is showing weakness. That's my only fear.
if we get a change of structure on
I'm buying puts. I don't know about y'all, but I'm buying puts.
oh God, I'm on some puts. If we get a change of structure, I guess it'll be a little bit more clear on ES. If we break,
Let's see what
go.
Fish is going to show.
What'd you say?
That's nasty word.
If we break below, we got a little ways to go, but if we break below 62.46 on ES, that's a change of structure, right?
What time frame you looking at?
4 hour.
Yes.
Okay. I really think that's gonna happen.
Well, no, it is. It won't be a change. Break of structure. Yes, break of structure. Yes.
Okay.
But like I said, this thing. Listen, they definitely can just buy it back up. They definitely can.
Nah, facts. Got a doubt.
Yeah, it's still tested it.
Yeah, it definitely can buy it back up.
They can buy it back up, but I'm gonna tell y'all this part two to saying that. When you think like that, that's when you miss out on opportunity. If the setup there, take the shot.
Yeah, that hell setup is there.
If the setup there, take the shot. Don't go to thinking they buy it back. All right, just take the setup. It is what it is. We ain't thinking about that. We just taking the setup. Put your stop loss in everywhere it's supposed to be at, and let it be what it be.
Any other questions before we disconnect? I know we're at the top of the hour.
But that's only on.
Which one?
That's only on
Amazon.
Amazon.
I just meant to say that's only on this type of strategy, though. You know, well, I don't know about no other type of strategy, but with this type of, when you see something that's lined up, the only thing you really do, Shonuff, that thing is on his rules. Just take the trade and just put your stop loss in at the top. Like, that's how you play the setup. Because when you see it, ain't seen too many times that the jump don't play out how it's supposed to play out. Long as it has all the qualifications. I always want to say that.
It is a weekly on Amazon. Let me see the daily. Ooh, below the 50 moving average, and it's an insight bar. All right, so let's go to 4 hour. So I don't know. I don't see nothing for me to take a trade on here. I mean,
When you get to having to do all of this, yeah, it might not be nothing, brother.
listen, it may be something. It's just for my strategy. I don't see my setup, so I can't explain to you using my strategy what to do. All right, it could be something that someone else's strategy it may show. This thing just
There's nothing there.
What up, Bill?
yeah, you said it.
The unicorn already played out on that one.
Yeah. Hey, Bob, here you go. You double inside day on Apple.
Double inside day.
They got a 3-1-1.
I love them double inside days, bro.
The market just might slide.
And
it's coming off breaking that range. Did it go retest it?
Yeah, it did.
Let me zoom in.
What's a double inside day show?
Ooh.
Right there, Bob. Here you go. You gave you an inverted hammer yesterday.
Go to the 4 hour. Look at that inverted hammer. Ugly bitch.
Double inside day is basically consolidation, right? So
go to the 4 hour real quick, Joe.
Hold on, Bob. Hold on. Today's candle closed within yesterday's candle, right? Then Monday's candle closed within Friday's candle. So it's consolidation. It couldn't take out the high or low of the previous candle.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
There you go, Bob. That's your 4 hour.
Yeah.
And it got a red inside 4 hours. But I think call me a bluff, but I think it's put.
I got
this.
Like, but I used it for that food I made you.
Hey, go on mute. Everybody, fuck. Hold this for.
All right. What you say, Bob?
No, I was just saying, it's like this right here. This is another. You break that consolidation to the downside. That big slide, and we could possibly go. What we gonna go to?
I feel like we're gonna go into more consolidation. No, Apple been consolidating for so long. Go look. Zoom out, because it can. Like, man, I can't try Apple to save my fucking life.
It's not consolidating.
Yeah, that's a nasty rejection by Apple, though. You see, it literally got bent backwards. That consolidation is powerful. That big old wick on that 4 hour.
Yeah.
In the candle before, but that's a lot of sellers sitting right there, bro. Apple can go if it follow through. Apple going back to that one in the 193, 195.
Yeah.
It almost feels like a bear flag.
Yeah, you ain't got to make it all the way to 193. Shit, if you get in around 205, 202, by the time you make it to 197, bro, I mean, shit.
Hey,
what we talking about?
I got Apple and Starbucks and Disney on my list.
Yeah.
And
Apple, Starbucks, and Nike for me. I like Nike.
You write this shit down so I fuck around and forget. Yeah, we finna get paid. All right, RTA. Y'all done got some plays, man. Y'all got some plays. I don't want to hear nothing.
We got Starbucks, Nike.
It's a drop out of it.
You on your own. Take them plays or leave them. But the money's right there.
God, and if they work out, give the Avengers, that's RTA admin, they shout out. And if they don't work out, blame you.
Get on their ass.
It's what it is, though. It's what it is.
Facts.
Yeah.
And if it don't work out, manage your risk. It's okay.
It's okay, man. Yeah, you can't win them all. Shit.
The trading
Pull SPX up.
I want you to look at SPX. SPX ain't got enough data for me now.
Hey, man, I ain't supposed to probably say no junk like this today, man, but I hopped on the Facebook. It's Shon's daughter's birthday, man. He in here teaching y'all
Oh, show you real. You solid for that, man.
Happy birthday.
Hey, shout out Shonuff. Happy birthday.
Birthday.